Hello there and welcome to my channel. It's Kate in the Nest and this is Friday. So congratulations and celebrations, whatever day of the week you're watching this. I'm hoping that you have some sense of excitement and anticipation about a little bit more free time. So this little series I love doing because no matter how we're feeling or how big our projects are or how many there are, it's a little chance to work on something maybe smaller scale and just see how far we get. So this is episode 4 and I've based it on using Fleur Woods' inspiration of the Untamed Thread. So there's little bits of my nest just lying around. Okay, so number 1, can you guess? As I had a little chuckle last week, if you have the book, you can go ahead and see what I'm going to do next. But here's my big hints. It is indeed greens. Now my work has not been green. I feel like singing that Kermit the Frog song, because for Kate it is not easy being green. And there was a stage early on that I said that, not that I didn't like green, I just couldn't use it. But by going to Melbourne last year and having the absolute privilege of doing a workshop with Fleur, I did study her book and I did try and channel more colors than I usually had. So this was my most green piece, if you like, and I absolutely love it. It goes everywhere with me, carries different things in it. You know me in pouches, they're just so versatile. But when I got a little worried about green, I just thought, Kate, you have done it before. You've used it here mainly as a background, but this piece continues to bring joy. So, as I've always said, this series is about growing and learning together, and we're all at different stages. But, so here we go. Fleur says, greens are fresh, inviting, lively, grassy, and new. And her colors, mint, forest, and I know if you can probably read this, but it helps me. Mint, forest, chartreuse, unusual color, emerald, sage, moss, lime, olive, pistachio, and jade. Have you got a favorite color there? Are these colors that come to you naturally? I hope so, because they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So what have I done instead? Because lately I've been doing lots of collaging and not a lot of stitching with you, because I've been starting pieces off, and particularly in this series. But so today I wanted to show you my palette of threads. This is a Fleur green, and I have this and one other very vintage green that was gifted to me, I think, by, Victoria. Oh, Victoria. Do you know what I went? I went to Green Door at the same time as thinking of Virginia. So I should know green well because I go to the Green Door. So that's that. I looked at this picture and then I went foraging and I've come up with, I'm just going to show you, I love my plate. So I do love green. It's just the stitching that I'm a bit behind on. I need to keep that there. All right, I'll put my things, I'll put that there, and I'll put my little collection here. So number 1, I found I didn't have a lot of green. I've got leftover blanket. I had this bright, this is from Zoe at the Green Doors little kit of blankets, and I thought, wow, here I've got an opportunity. This piece of green crochet, I love the pattern, I love the color, and it's got sort of roses in it. Another little bit of vintage. Have I shown you that? That's the very vintage velour. Little bit of Indian trim. Oh, and some actual linen from the course that I did with Fleur. And then I went looking further because I was watching Sarah from Roxy Creations latest haul from the sewing baskets, and I did remember I had this piece, hardly worked at all, but the cross stitch that has been done is in greens, variegated green. So that's my little forage pile. That's chartreuse, isn't it beautiful? I'll keep thinking about that. And palette, we don't need that blue. This is where I'm up to. So we're going to have a look with where I started, where I've got to, and what comes next. So I'm going to make just a little bit of room over here. Make sure I can access some pins and some other bits, because as always there's a story. So as Kate gets to this part, time to pause. How are you? I know I said I hope that you are excited about what comes next, that you are well, and hopefully if you're listening to this, you've got something with you to relax with. That doesn't have to be stitching. I know many of you crochet and knit, do your paper crafts, amazing sorts of things. So I just hope this finds you well and happy. Okay, so I have put a soft journal together, fabric journal, fabric book. I've been so inspired, as you know, by Rachel's work, and this will be number 4 in my little series, which I will take you through at some point. So I'm going to show you where I'm up to, and I want to do stitching this afternoon. So where did I start? I had this piece of tray cloth applique. It's got the little bit for the serviette there. I've left that open, and I've found and used little bits. This is also the fabric that came from Fleur's, so that's particularly, we actually see that, my needlebook's out there, but we see that I use that as the basis for this piece. I've organised my nest, so now I can just put my hands on things, which is rewarding. Okay, let's go through, because I haven't decided on everything and I've got some choices. So I found another piece of blanket from the Green Door, and this one is green. Well, of course it's green, but it's dark, and it's got a little bit of blue, and it actually reminded me of this bit here on Fleur's photo. And also, see, I'm a visual person, and that flecky thread of hers. So that page is not complete, but we know that I can go straight away and put needles in there. I looked up and I saw that beige and neutrals go well with green, and I went through my little stash and I found this little tiny napkin that I've running stitched around. Look at that tiny work, and I love that there's a little bit of the orange to lift that, so things can go in there easily, and the puffier it gets for me, the better. So that's page 1. So cover page 1, and we're not complete by any means, but we're further along than I usually am on a Friday afternoon. So what's that called? Gingham. And this belongs sort of in, I call it cross stitch, because when I think we're all learning how to do cross stitch on gingham, this is a favorite stitch, and I love that again, in the way I would approach a journal, different sizes, different heights, and every page reveals something different. I've got the back there. I love that this is a little bit gathered. I think that's interesting, and I like the back there. This is exactly the same piece, so we use all our treasures as this, and that little motif is just on the corner. Anyway, I don't call them scraps, they're offcuts, aren't there? So I folded that over. It's going to have a little pocket on the back, very much journal style. And I haven't used my Indian trims for a little while. I was missing my bling. So this is on here again as a pocket, and something that is quite effective in a journal is sometimes we do transparent pockets and we tuck something in that you can see through. So like I could have another bit. I'm not a very good folder. But say I just folded that up in there, and I love now that I've got layer upon layer. That's what it is. These look like press studs, but they're beautiful. So let's leave that in there because it's green, and these are probably more chartreuse and a little bit of the, actually let's pop that down so we can see that. Okay, turn the page. This one isn't done yet. This page is Fleur's linen that she provided for us, and I haven't done anything on that, but that's perfect for an embroidery, which who knows whether I'll do that. And here's another little bit. Now I have to say I have heard Christine from Create and I'm sorry Christine, I've forgotten the name of your channel, but Christine talks about the Create and Craft with Christine. She uses Yoo-hoo glue, and I found one, and I just, me and pins, I'm always stabbing. I put that there, and it's perfect. I'll stitch, but it's kept it in place. I love the raggy. Okay, so potential. Here's the big piece of this crochet. Here's the bright green wool, and this was on my vintage piece, so I've harvested that because it looks like some grapes and would add interest to that. Little doily that you will have seen me share from one of my Oppie hauls, and I have in mind that I could make that into a cupcake. If you haven't seen I haven't done these for a while, and I need to. I was even thinking of harvesting somehow. That's beautiful little fine crochet. Anyway, that's a thought. I got this fabric recently, and it's very delicate, but I don't like that selvage there. So on the way through, let's just do a tear there, and let's pop it like that. So we never want things at exactly the same height. Let's actually go up so it's a bit more like a third, and we can pop it over the back as well. So the blanket, great for pincushion, needles, etc. So even looking at that now, I'm happier because there's a pop of colour. This I left large because there's the rose in there, there's the rust stain, etc. And having it like an extendable page, I don't know quite what I'll end up with, but there's Fleur's linen, and I love that this piece is really deep green. Haven't worked out what to do. I could actually make that, combine that page for a pocket. In fact, no, I can't. Well, I could do something very journally there, but we'll decide. The other side of the gingham, I've got the leftover other piece of that Indian trim, which you can see totally different greens, but again, in this context over here, I loved the pearly white. So that's there. Lots of opportunities, to collage on this page. This is the other part of the napkin, but I haven't put it together yet. I didn't want it to be the same as the front. We'll see. Here's the unfinished tapestry with the green, so we could embroider. In fact, we'll try some of that. I'm using the Royal We, meaning we're in this together. What do you think? And the back is underdone at the moment. I've got just folded that over. This is a bit you may have seen that's off my Still Life. I'm using some very old patchwork, very thin, that same fabric, and the remainder, and a bit of Fleur. So there we are so far. And I think she's sort of in the greens. Part of me, shall I confess it right now? I think I should. Part of me thinks it's too green because I look at this and I've popped the green with pinks and oranges. So just before we filmed, I thought, what happens if when I talk to you, I think it needs something more. So I did find this little bit of fabric that has a lot of green in it, but also are they nasturtium's favorite colors. And I don't have very many embroideries with green at all, but I did find this that I've used in the past, and just look at that as something beautiful. Look at that there. And is there a way, I'll just do a little harvest right here. Let's go up there. Because see, see, I've got to do it. I'm halfway through my sentence, but see, for me, that if I put that there, it's going to lift and ties in with what was used on these originals. So let's get straight into it. That wasn't planned because I was going to use this as a pocket inside, but here we go. Because I have always wanted to start with Fleur and then become me. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean. This is me being inspired. I better check that you can see that. Yep. Could I get that little flower underneath? So there's leaf to leaf, flower to flower. I'm going to try this yoo-hoo. I don't know if this is how I meant to do it. I haven't stitched over the glue yet. And please, excuse me if I'm doing it the wrong way, but how about that? I can still move it. Okay, I've got thread, and because this is thick, I can sort of know with confidence that I don't have to stitch through all the layers. I was going to, when I was thinking about it, I thought I'm going to do a lazy daisy up there, but then I saw someone else's more beautiful lazy daisy. I mean, can you hear my excitement rising? I can. Happiest I've been all day. I've had a really happy day. But once you start just doing this, it's playing. We're meant to play, and we adults don't do it enough. Which way am I doing my stitches? Wonky, of course. Do I want them straight? No. Let's do them slanty and then down. That's it. That will join. I might just pin that bit there. Where did I put it? Over here. Look at me, I'm trying to colour code my pin. Yep. Now I think we'll go into not coming through. Little highlight stitches. Probably, as I told you many times before, I'm finding the joy of these is that once you do your foraging, you just surround yourself and things start to pop into your mind or into your fingers, and I'm just going with it, and you can get a long way in a short time, but then you can just leave it and pick it up at any other time and add or finesse. And I think part of me thinks when I get new fabric, or not new but new oppied vintage things, I can add, so almost like these will become treasure fabric books as well, which is why I want to use that beautiful velvet in here. And look at that, those spots look like they're on that flower now. Maybe I can join it there, go down. We'll just see. I might mess up. Yeah. All right. Do I want to do, no, I'm not going to do anything there. I've still got a lot of cotton thread, so let's do a few seed stitch here just to fill in that gap. We'll go on a little adventure. Up to there. Yep. And let's see what seed stitch looks like on this white. It's very green and very big. And what I think I'd do is I'll bring another colour in, so I won't keep going with that, but at least we filled in a bit of space there. Bring that through. And the joy of all of these things is you can just randomly go to a page and it becomes a story in itself. So these are going to show on both sides, so I'll just these stitches. Kate, finish your sentence. Okay, I'm going over the glue now, and it's no problem at all. So thank you, Christine. There we are, just done 3 rows of little stitches. Oops. And I feel like I'd like to make just a little cross thing as I go up there to finish it off. Yep. I know that you'll think that may come out. It may, but it might have something else over the top, because I'm looking at something like this. Now, I know quite a number of you said that you might go and make one of the cool colour little books or something from last week. That was these. So let me know if you've been doing that or having fun in some other way. Actually, why don't we come to here? And it's that idea of discovering the joy. Okay, so we've got this crochet, and I'd started that before. Now what other thread could we use? I haven't got a lot of choice. Let's use the vintagey green. Nearly lost my needle. You're probably going to say that I'm always using the same stitches, which is true. But that's because I actually think they're so effective. Oh. So this time Kate's going to try very hard to do straight and neat stitches, and see these ones are blending in. This could be blanket. Little bits coming out there, but that doesn't matter. Except don't go too big, Kate. She says. See, I have to turn it around. Do I? This is where I forget what I'm doing. Let's go this way. Is that where I was? Okay, now I want to go over the edge. Try and pick up that bit on the back as well. Just about changing texture. Cute, cute. I love that little fabric. Do I want to go over the top at the moment? I'll just do Cupcake, you coming in, you saw? I could do it over the top again. Now that's still not down, but that's okay. I want to use a different thread. That is cute. I like that little square. I didn't intend that to be like that, but and there. So we've got things to put, you know me, I like texture under my thumb. All right. Oh, let's see what else we've got. What else can we do and play with? So I'm thinking that that will fold that way, a bit more fleur, a little pocket. That there. Okay. This is where I need you to tell me, because my heart is saying don't do those green. Or actually, see, this is what happens now. I get obsessed and I think they could join. Let's save them for the back. I love that little edge. How can I get it? And then do some of my own. I need to put some of these on in the garden. Oh my goodness, everyone, I have not done what I said I would do. I was going to back my quilt this week. I have everything ready. I was going to do it on Wednesday. We were away yesterday and I suddenly wake up and go, oh my gosh, Kate, you've actually done nothing on it this week. There we go. Okay, I'm thinking about leaves and lines, and could I embroider like some, I'll try it over here first. I've been seeing people use chain stitch. Oh, there's the end. Gosh, that would be efficient, Kate. Okay, there's that, but where's the needle? You're probably screaming at me in the nicest way. I know, I appreciate it. As one of you said, I just wish you could have heard me. And I do too, so I think this is a tapestry. These are not. I bought these to back my quilt in. This is very large. Well, that's silly, Kate. Don't be. Find another needle. Here we go. Best advice when Rachel said stitch one of these threaders to a needlebook or something and you won't lose it. So that's there. Okay, could I continue this little leafy branch up? I'm being very brave because I don't do this. I know I didn't finish it off. Sorry. Okay, let's just keep going this direction. Kate's on her learner wheels here. The one thing about these tray cloths is they're not on linen, and so I love the applique, but it's not as easy to stitch. Okay, where am I aiming for? Over here. Yep. And then let's go. Decisions. I'm not a natural gardener, so that's come up there. And then I want to join this and go up and do some leaves up there. Let's just go over here. Make a little new branch. Too big a stitch because I got excited. All these little leaves. Yes, I am going over here, but I'm going to embroider that anyway. So actually it's making it more interesting. Okay, how can we make these little leaves like a lazy daisy chain? Yep. Let's go random. I would never have thought of stitching in. This is what happens to me. I forget which way the stitch goes. I would never have thought of doing this a few months ago. You've got the hang. I think I'll make that a trail of leaves up to there. Actually, I should do it now. No. Let's park that one. And let's do something else. What have I got here still? Okay. Conversations. Does a little bit of this along with this. Those 2 pages ago, we were in our warms. That goes with that. Green here, and there. It's maybe a bit too bright. I haven't used any of this yet. It's more green. More of that. The chartreuse. Like that's where I cut a pincushion out of. A cupcake. Now, in journaling, we would use something like that. This is different again, this blanket. I wonder, actually, if this could be part of the applique. Something like that would balance. Now I'm hoping that you can see how much fun these are. Well, for me anyway, because I can never get bored, because I'll do that there, think about it, think, oh, there's my, I can pick that up. I'm starting to think about what I can tie this with. And again, it might be that I need to lift it with the colour. Oh. Just realised I haven't got any of Rachel's fabric. I'm going to that for some reason. But where would that go? Oh, it could go in there and be the pin cushion. And I could stuff it. Ooh, that sounds terrible, but you know what I mean. Let's just cut this out. Please. I didn't. That was my excitement. It's like this colour Yes, here it goes. I love doing this with this book. It's really helping me learn. Oh, actually that would be even better. So we've got green, white, checky, linen, Indian. We're very eclectic. We've got this, that. I'm always doing a flip through. So oh yes, my goodness. Look how much I've taken a long time. Because time flies when you're having fun. Okay, I've stood up and you can see I'm a bit shocked. So I'm going to leave you now and stop flipping, but just put a needle there in case, because I can see that having, yeah, who knows. Well, there we go, everyone. I hope that has been a bit of fun for you on a Friday. Lots of alliteration there. I'm grateful as always, and as I've tangled myself up in the sunshine, I'm just going to say, this is Katie in the Nest. Bye for now. Happy stitching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.